We are into the Champions League semi-final. Champions League semi-final, second year in a row, fifth time in our history. We're definitely cooking. Shout out to Luis Enrique, second time in a row under him. Um, the league is going great. Coupe de France, only the final got left, and now the Champions League focus. Obviously, look, to win the Champions League, we'll only have to win two games, honestly. One game in the semi-final, but honestly, both. I would like both. But maybe it just happens like Liverpool and Villa now. We got one win, one defeat, and then we got to win in the final. So we are inches away from making Champions League history. And straight after the game, I go into the chat to celebrate going through to the semis. 80% is just people crying. Like, because people were hate watching, especially when they saw Villa were 3-2 up. They were hate watching to PSG to go out, especially Madrid fans, Liverpool fans, everyone was there. Obviously, we got the Dubski, and I saw too much negativity. I felt from after the game from PSG fans and even some like Villa fans, what their opinion about the game was. Like, this was not a Villa masterclass. This was not a Villa nearly made the comeback game. Scoreline wise, yes. Performance wise, no. This game was first 10 minutes went a bit iffy. Then Paris Saint Germain get the goal. Then Paris Saint Germain get another. And then we were 5-1 up. Similar result to, Barca. They were 4-0 up versus Dortmund going into that game. And when you're 4-0 up, you have zero motivation, zero hunger. Kvara try to cook there in the center, lose the ball. And we will talk about it later in the post-match ball. Vitinha defensively today was absolutely garbage. But yeah, Villa get a good moment, breakthrough, and then a heavy Fugazi deflection from Pacho. Then we go into second half, come out well. Performing, having the ball, controlling. Then McGinn gets the ball. Great, winning the duel there. And then absolutely no one goes at him. Absolutely no one. He just goes through an absolutely unbelievable goal. Gotta give it to McGinn. Absolutely stunning goal. And then a few minutes later, Rashford cooks Fabian. Okay, Fabian went aggressively. Rashford cooked him. I have no clue what Vitinha is doing. He must have learned that from Marquinhos or something. He was just standing there. Rashford just went past him, puts the ball in for Konsa. But luckily, after that, I don't remember like a big Villa chance apart from like the Asensio chance or like, Madsen had that good volley, Pacho clearance, and then when Konsa missed the header, Tielemans header as well. I think that was after the 3-2 goal. But yeah, how I felt about this game is I felt Paris Saint Germain were the better side in this game. Was I that scared about Villa? No, I was scared about us. I was scared about us, especially for that Konsa goal. Because the Konsa goal is Rashford. I don't know if it was a corner taken shortly or something, but Rashford gets the ball. Then he cooks Fabian, and like, it's not the most surprising thing. I've seen Fabian get cooked, especially because he went aggressively in, exactly what Rashford wanted. But then when Vitinha did that, oh my, I was disgusted. Man. But yeah, when it was 3-2, I was like, you know what? They got a quick, two quick momentum goals here. We've seen PSG do that before as well. And I'm like, yeah, we're just going to calm the game down. I'm a bit frustrated we didn't get the third, just basically kill all the hope in the tie. Then Boost could have given it to Due. Due could have scored his chance. Kvara could have done better. Yeah. There are definitely some question marks about PSG this game. But still, I think it's a good performance having away at Villa Park. And as I said, I think the motivation and so on mentally had a negative effect, which we need to improve on. Obviously, that's the first thing Luis Enrique has to tell these players. The thing is, it's a human instinct, being comfortable, which Paris Saint-Germain players got. So yeah, that's the thing we have to work on for the next game. And I also felt like we killed the game too off early. So if it was 0-0 going into halftime, and then we get the 2-0 in the second half, this doesn't happen. But we get the 2 goals so early that our players, I don't know how they were thinking about the rest of the game. Was the Villa players were like, oh my God, is it over? Then they get 1 goal, then they get another, then they get another. And then, they definitely felt that comeback going. But yeah, all I have to say is shout out to Aston Villa. You made this game much tougher than it should have been. Like, we should have won this game. And yeah, shout out to you for continuing to believe. Great goal by McGinn. I mean, great assist from Rashford for the Konsa goal. Yeah, I mean, as I said before, this was a historical season for Aston Villa. Don't forget that. This is still a historical season. Obviously, you were never going to win the Champions League. I remember when I saw Villa fans saying, oh, we may lift it. Come on, be serious. But this is a historical season. And I saw one Villa fan, he said, oh, how should I feel about this? You should feel as happy as possible. Yes, you didn't go through. But it's about what kind of expectations you had before this tie. But you should be extremely impressed by your team. As I said, this is a historical season for Villa. Now you got to focus on making Champions League next season, coming back to this tournament. And I think you're still in the FA Cup semi-final or something. So no, this is a huge season for Aston Villa. You shouldn't take anything away from that. And going more into the team, let's see. Paris Saint Germain. Let's go. I don't care about the Villa team. Let's see, the Paris Saint Germain. My thoughts about the players today. Donnarumma. Shout out to Big Gigi. Shout out to Big Gigi. Made some. Faced 3.55 XG. Made some huge saves. Huge saves. Donnarumma, that Rashford chance, the Tielemans chance, the Asensio chance. Great performance by Gianluigi Donnarumma, despite conceding 3 goals. I mean, McGinn, nothing to do about it. The Tielemans goal, nothing to do about it. And the Konsa goal, maybe he could have done something by it. I mean, it's such an easy goal for Konsa there. Hakimi, I think him and Donnarumma were my 2 man of the matches. Obviously, Ousmane Dembele got the man of the match, but I felt Achraf Hakimi and Donnarumma were our 2 best players this game. Hakimi was absolutely insane. Even that chance he had later on in the second half, like, he was mad that no one was there in the box because he would have been an easy tap-in. But what a performance from Achraf Hakimi. Still, I mean, he made a lot of good, like, clearances, interceptions. He won, like, you see, 5 out of 7 aerial duels. But, like, he was the one that I think he gave it to, like, Asensio for that chance. And he made, like, a stupid pass. But overall, decent to good game for Marquinhos. Pacho, I think he had, like, 2 moments he needs to improve on. But apart from that, important clearances. And that block he had on Madsen last minute of the game, huge from Pacho. Nuno Mendes, you know, just another great game. I think he got cooked twice in the first half. I didn't like, but he definitely upped his defensiveness after that. And yeah, beautiful goal as well from Nuno Mendes, and a beautiful goal from Achraf Hakimi. João Neves, yeah, very good game. Won us so many duels this game. Very crucial in that midfield. Yeah, 6 out of 10 ground duels won. Very huge. Vitinha had so many huge question marks. I mean, with the ball, he was good, just like usual. But when he didn't have the ball, like, defensively, the first goal, I don't know what he's doing the defending there. The second goal, I have no clue what he's doing there. And the third goal, once again, I have no clue what Vitinha is doing there. So he has to look at himself and, you know, question himself. Like, he just has to do better. He just has to do better. Fabian Ruiz, another genius performance from Fabian Ruiz. I mean, he just performed so good. So good. Big Champions League game. We've seen him in the Euros. It was so good. And we just needed another big game from him. And Fabian Ruiz, once again, just pulling up with a big game. Best midfield. I mean, him and Neves were really good this game, apart from Vitinha. And then come to the attack. Gotta be honest. Barcola, once again, profile-wise, huge. Huge for that first goal. But apart from that, I didn't feel like Barcola did anything this game. Ousmane Dembele, another goodish game. Can do better. But once again, just being part of the team. A lot of defensive stuff. A lot of running. A lot of quick passes. And then Kvara. Oof, maybe potentially the worst game I've seen from Kvara. I don't know. It just felt he had absolutely no confidence. He couldn't even cook Matty Cash in some moments. So yeah, he's the one that definitely has to be improved after this performance. And then Paris Saint Germain only made 1 substitution from Desiree Doué. Yeah, I remember he had another, you know, of that dribble he did versus Aston Villa in the first leg. That was really good by him. But yeah, cheeky cameo from him. And Lucho, I felt he did everything correct this game. Nothing. I mean, starting Barcola, that was huge for the first goal. Apart from that, I didn't feel like Luis Enrique did anything wrong. But yeah, as said, it was an enjoyable game to watch. I was a bit stressed there in the second half when Villa got those 2 consecutive goals. But it was always Paris Saint Germain that was gonna go through. But as I said, shout out to Aston Villa. They should be proud of themselves. This is probably the toughest-ish game we've had. But they had a great game. And we went there, did our thing. But yeah, looking on to the Champions League semi-final. And obviously who we're going to face, which we will be knowing tomorrow. That's been it for my quick reaction. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, Paris.